Right, Gary, when I say the FA Cup, what's the first thought that comes to mind?
Good question. Going to Anfield with Blackburn as the manager and drawing 0-0 when we were Championship and they were Premiership. The year that Steven Gerrard slipped. You remember that famous year in the league running? And they had a front three against us of Sturridge, Sterling, Coutinho. So, that was, and seeing the Blackburn end packed, 6,000 at the Anfield Road end. Yeah, that was a real good memory. And then taking them back to Ewood Park, and it was a sellout at Ewood Park, and we narrowly got done in the replay 1-0.
Getting involved at the first round stage now, how do you get across that message to quite a young group of players actually that might not have had journeys like that so far in their career?
We've done it today, funnily enough. We talked about, what a great competition it is, how much we value it, the staff, and how we do our preparation is exactly the same. So, like I say, the night that the draw was made on the Monday, the Tuesday we were due to have the fans forum, which did take place. But I knew the replay was that night, and so it was important for me to go down there and take the game in, which I did, and see what lies ahead for us and the challenge that lies ahead. We all know about the history of the FA Cup, and we all know what can happen in the FA Cup. So it's important to get that message across, and then obviously just talking within the group about their memories of the FA Cup and their stories of what's been their achievements. And then obviously, like you've just said there, that we have a young group, so we want to try and create our own story.
I always think of the Trevor Sinclair goal, Ryan Giggs as well. What sort of memories are they pulling from, the younger players nowadays in the competition? Can you see a difference in the generation?
God, you are all pulling those two out, aren't you? Obviously they're a lot younger than me and you, so their memories are different, but that's the beauty of the competition, isn't it? Is that people get memories from different times, and like I say, we've done our homework. We know, although obviously their management team left on Tuesday night. Mr. Boswick's going to take charge, who obviously has been here, had a stellar career, I think something like 700 games. So he might have more league games than our old team squad on Saturday. So, we know we've got to be adaptable and ready for whatever they throw at us, but it's about, our standards and our intensity and our professionalism.
Unpredictable is a word I've heard associated with your group at the moment. Is that just down to the nature of it being a young group still trying to figure out where they're going?
Well, I haven't heard the word unpredictable, but we just concentrate on ourselves internally. Are they a young group? Yes, they are. Have we had injuries? Yeah. Consistency in a select 11 has not been there for us for whatever reasons, but what they are is they're full of energy, they're full of desire, and they're fully connected to each other. And I see them on a day-to-day working very hard and trying to make themselves better individually. Our performances of late and results of late have started to show signs of improvement, and we've got to try and push on and keep that going, but at the same time understand that, like you say, with a young group, there might be one or two blips in the road.
You've beaten quite a few of the top 8 in League One so far this season, and gone into those games as underdogs. On Saturday, you'll very much be, I guess, a giant killing as far as the FA Cup.
Yeah, no, of course, 100%.
At this point in the competition, how does that mentality shift change things?
Well, it's about us focusing on what we can control. Like I say, we've done our homework, we've done the preparation. Is exactly the same as it was be for a league opposition, and then it's about us, like I say, going and maintaining our standards and doing a professional job.
Finn Delap, how's he after?
Yeah, not good. I'm afraid he's going to see a specialist and he's going to be missing for a period of time.
Jake Beasley?
Yeah, fingers crossed for that it wasn't as bad as first feared. So, yeah, we'll have to just wait and see on that one.
For Finn, could be his first real big setback. How important is it to get around a young player like that?
Yeah, we've already done it. I mean, first and foremost, you know, he showed an immense bravery to carry on playing. I think he did it early in the game, about 20 minutes, but then, you know, adrenaline of the game and what have you, and the bravery that he showed to last, and you know, he headed quite a lot of balls on Saturday for us as well. So, you know, that was disappointing from that side, but in terms of how he applied himself was incredible. So yeah, everybody was around him Monday, Tuesday. He's got good people around him, as you know, and you know, there's never a good time to get injured, but there's always a positive on it in the sense of he's got time now that he'll spend in the gym to, you know, really push and develop his body and come back, you know, stronger, and it's part of the game, I'm afraid. And what's really important for him is that he takes this opportunity now is to develop himself even more physically, and I'm sure he will.
And it's another thing for you as a head coach to have to contend with another player missing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably, I would say, one of the toughest spells in terms of injuries that I've had as a manager. I think when you have a lot of soft tissue injuries, it's you're able to sort of like look at what you do in training and analyse that. Is it we've done too much? Is it we're not done enough? However, a lot of our injuries are contact injuries, which obviously occur in games or in training, and that's the just frustrating bit, is that it's out of your control. But what it's shown is that, you know, the togetherness of the group, like I say, the connection that they've got, the purpose that they've got together, that, you know, whilst it's disappointing for one person, it provides an opportunity for others. And I've been really impressed with all the long-term injuries, Jonesy, Van Coot and Jasper Moon, whilst he's been out. I'm going to miss somebody out because we've got that many, but you get the idea in the sense of what they are is they're fully committed to the team still. So they're still having their input in the meetings. You know, they're still very much vocal in the dressing rooms before the game. They're there to support the lads, and at the same time, the players have embraced them and realised that it's a lonely job when you're injured, and I've been very supportive back to them, which is a great sign of the environment that we've created here.
All that being said, then, going into Saturday, does the league have to take priority? Will there be selection?
Well, I would say that it would normally, in normal circumstances, but we haven't got a squad, like I say, to be in that selective position. There might be one or two, like that, say, that are forced. But, you know, we haven't got the numbers to be able to say, right, well, there you go, there's 6, you have a rest. We haven't got that. But what we'll do is we'll get on with it. And, you know, like I say, our aim is to try and be in the hat for the draw on Monday.
Scary.
Sorry if I missed it. What is exactly this?
It's his knee, so we're just waiting for he's with the specialist. So we're just waiting exactly the detail on that, but it is his knee.
Ligaments, no, rather than
That's it. No, nothing as drastic as the ACL, but we're just waiting on confirmation on what exactly will be done.
Okay, and of course it's a real shame for him because he just started.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you know, he obviously burst on at the end of last season, and then for whatever reason at the start of the season wasn't quite there. But you know, the last however many games he's put some form together and was improving, but like I say, it's disappointing, but now he's got to get over that as quickly as he can and get focused on coming back fitter and stronger.
Mm-hmm. Just touched on it, I think, earlier, the younger players, do they see the FA Cup the same way as somebody of our age would?
Somebody of our age?
Wow. Right, my age.
Wow. It's a great question. I think, yeah, they do in their own way, you know. You have to remember back in our day, the FA Cup was massive, wasn't it? There wasn't all the Champions League group stages, you know, it was just straight knockout. So I think, you know, it's certainly been a little bit different to how they see it, but I think it still holds the magic, doesn't it? And at the end of the day, it's a cup competition that, you know, like I say, if we can try and get on a run and try and get into the third round, then it provides an opportunity hope pitting yourselves against one of the big boys.
And they'll get a sense of what the fans think about it too.
Yeah, of course, and like you say, for some of ours, I would imagine there might be one or two in there that might be their FA Cup debuts.
Okay, that's fine for me, thanks.
Hi Gary, so a really good win last week.
Yes.
But nothing's ever straightforward
No.
at the Pirelli. Win one, lose one sort of thing. But how's preparations gone this week?
Thank you for that doom and gloom.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So no, from our point of view, it's been a head count really, and just making sure that everybody is recovered, ready to go again. Like I say, after the game on Saturday, it was like a scene out of A&E. The medical team have worked extremely hard this week with the recoveries, and so we're just coming into a real busy period now where we go Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. And it's just a case of having a head count and seeing what we've got. But I have, like I said to you there, whoever we have and put out there, I know that they'll have a right good go at it, and for themselves and for the team.
In terms of the FA Cup, which is the furthest you've got into the competition?
As a manager, the quarterfinal replay taking Liverpool. We're not Swansea out who were Premier League. We're not Stoke out who were Premier League at the time, and we got Liverpool. Went to Anfield on the Sunday. Brendan Rodgers was manager, and gave a real good account of ourselves. And Mignolet made a wonderful left-handed save from Alex Baptiste's header from Craig Conway's corner. Not that I forget it, I was still hold Mignolet bitter or anything like that, right in front of the Kop. But wonderful memories, like I say. And unfortunately, we then had to. We couldn't quite get there, and took him to the replay. And that season, we suffered with injuries at Blackburn. It reminds me of the situation that we're currently in now. But again, brilliant memories, and stay with you for the rest of your life.
You said you went to see when
St
Albans beat Banbury 1-0.
Yeah.
Did you pick up anything from that?
Oh,
game?
100%. I mean, first and foremost, they're gonna have a following, and they'll make some noise, and so that's the first thing. And then obviously, they've got players that have played in the league. So when I got the team sheet straight away, I recognised 4 or 5 of their names straight away. So it's not a team that's never had that experience of playing in the Football League or anything, so that'll get shared. And then obviously, Boswick that was here has had a stellar career, like I said, and so for him to now take over as the manager, he'll have his own ideas, so we've just got to be ready and adaptable to whatever that comes our way. So yeah, we're expecting, and we know it'll be a real challenge for us, and we've got to make sure that our standards are sky high.
Talked about Findelap, he's out now with the injury. Is there any of the walking wounded coming back or near coming back? Van Kooten, how's he doing?
TVC was on the grass today, doing a little bit with me, non-contact. Lars was the same. Seb was the same, so they're back on the grass. Saturday will be too soon for them, that's for sure. But at least they're out on the grass and we can see them.